that shows that I'm live. Here we go. See if everybody pops in. YouTube. Oh, yep, I'm live. Perfect. What's going on, Andrew? Buddy, we have one of the greatest NFL games of all time on right now. Yeah, I know. I'm watching it right now on my laptop. I understand that we have one of the greatest NFL games of all time going on right now. By the way, thank you, Andrew, from Dinger Dudes. By the way, make sure to go follow Dinger Dudes on all social media platforms. Newest video just popped out. Today, we're doing MLB Sporkle quizzes. I understand that we have the greatest game going on right now. But, Andrew, I appreciate you for popping in, man, truly. It just shows more feedback and content on my side. Even though you're here to troll, and I know you're here to troll. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my live stream. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. We're on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Big interviews coming out on the channel soon. We have Braxton Brooks from the UWG baseball team coming on soon. Cam Denotland, pro basketball player. And looking to get, I couldn't see a darn thing on that Sporkle quiz. That thing was rigged. That thing was not rigged. I don't think so. I do not think so. I mean, you can think so just because you think Madison Bumgarner is, just because you think Madison Bumgarner is, ball knowledge. Is ball knowledge. When he's really not ball knowledge. But I am live, from my dorm, or my apartment. There we go. Perfect. Oh, we're not gonna do that. Trying to get this set up in a way that doesn't make this laptop fall. But y'all make sure to drop questions in the chat. Perfect. I'm gonna do that. Perfect. Make sure to drop hot takes, questions all in the chat, up and down. For the live stream, I'll be live for about 30 minutes. Just the end of this thing. What's up, Pips? Crazy Art? What's going on? But drop any NFL, MLB, NBA, college basketball hot takes. Those are my most notable sport. When it comes to, my sports knowledge. And by the way, if you guys are not watching this Rams and Seahawks game right now, make sure to go watch it. It's honestly one of the greatest NFL championship games I personally ever watched. Especially in recent years. What's going on, everybody? And I appreciate y'all for joining in, too. And make sure to go follow me on Instagram, JD Sports Zone. Some content's going to be put out on there that won't be put out on YouTube. So stay tuned for the different content. And if you guys have any content ideas, make sure to drop it in the chat. Your family's a fan of the 49ers. That's rough, man. Personally, I'm an Eagles fan. So watching that, watching that kind of, hurt me. As the Eagles and 49ers game in the NFC wild card. But I mean, y'all got blown out by the Seahawks. I don't know if you personally are a 49ers fan, but yeah. But yeah, no, sucks for you. You guys haven't won a Super Bowl since like the 90s, so yeah. But at least you're not a Cowboys fan. Cowboys fans haven't won a Super Bowl since what, 95, 96? And they always say it's their year. So, but drop some sports hot takes in the chat. Drop some, anything you want to drop in the chat. Let me know. Sports hot takes in the chat. What's going on, Red Soda Can? But I have a big interview announcement coming towards the end of this live stream. Has to do with the NFL. Normally, I do a lot of MLB interviews. and they've ranged from World Series champions to all-stars to prospects just getting up in the league. I do a lot of collegiate baseball interviews as well. If you guys have not checked out the recent one, go watch that with Pittsburgh Panthers first baseman Carter Deardorff. Great guy over there. Used to play at my college and recently transferred there in the portal. Looking to hit them MLB draft boards in his final season. But yeah, go check out that interview. I did a lot of banana ball interviews, so go check those out as well. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Make sure to drop any sports takes in the chat, any sports opinions, questions, anything you personally want me to answer or want to get my opinion on. But yeah, dude, I would love to see a Seahawks. I'd love to see a Seahawks Patriots Super Bowl. But personally, before the playoffs started, I had a Rams Bills Super Bowl, and Seahawks are at like the 27 right now. So, hopefully can get a ball turned around. I would love to see Sam Darnold in a Super Bowl, though. It would be a whole resurgence, because imagine Sam Darnold gets a ring before Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow. It'd be great for Sam Darnold. I love Sam Darnold. I think he's a borderline top 10 QB. And people saying, he's truly performed in the playoffs this far. I know a lot of it has to do with his with the defense, but dude, I'm looking at the stat line against a top 7 defense in the league. 23 for 34, 325 yards, and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions, and people are calling him a game manager. I mean, if you're doing back-to-back 13-win seasons, I think he's just living up to his full potential, personally, for me. But yeah, 31-27. Seahawks trying to keep the ball. It's very interesting to see, but shout out Mike Vrabel, because Mike Vrabel's finally leading a team that can lead him to a Super Bowl. It was a very disappointing AFC Championship. Drake May didn't play up to his full potential. Yeah, Drake May didn't play up to his full potential. And I mean, he was going against Broncos, like a top 3 defense in all the NFL. I don't necessarily like how everybody said that the Patriots' road to the Super Bowl was easy. I understand the perspective, but it's not Drake May's fault that Bo Nix got injured. Do I think Bo Nix was a game changer, and if he did play? Of course I do. I think if Bo Nix was the starting QB of the Broncos, I think they had a really solid chance to win. But Jarrett Stidham, tried his best, especially being put in a situation that, had maybe like a week to prepare. And, didn't, I mean, he did his best. I mean, that's all you can really say. But yeah, Patriots. I'm excited to see I want to see a Patriots Rams Super Bowl. I would love to see that. I'd love to see a Patriots Seahawks Super Bowl. I was really hoping the Bears were gonna win it all. I thought the Bears, had a big chance of doing it, but then Iceman throws three interceptions versus the Rams last week. So that's what it is. But again, drop all your questions and hot takes in the chat, and we can get that rolling. We have about 3 minutes and 11 seconds left. We have the Seahawks at the 35, timeout 2 by the Rams. I mean, if Stafford can just heave the ball down the field to Devontae Adams, which he's been doing all game long, I feel like he's good. Puka Nacua as well. Heave the ball down to Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua has over 100 receiving yards so far this game. But yeah, both playing absolutely phenomenal offense. I just think it comes down to the defense in this final couple minutes. But yeah, big interview announcement around minute uh 25. We're good. It might be one of my biggest interviews yet. Joining the show. Add a Q&A sticker. I'm gonna wait to add a Q&A sticker on that. Let's put that there. Let's go here. But dude, I mean, Sam, if you would have told me 5 years ago that Sam Darnold was going to be a starting quarterback for a playoff team about to make it to the Super Bowl, and say that Sam Darnold was going to be a Pro Bowl quarterback, I would have thought you were crazy. And Sam Darnold passed right to JSN for 14 yards. I mean, it's solidified. It's like all you really got to do is run out the clock now, which K9 has been doing all game long. K9's really been balling out. He had a really solid game. In the divisional round versus the 49ers. I mean, he had 19 carries for 116 yards and 3 tutties. A lot of people were very hesitant on K9 heading into this season, saying that, I just think he's a mediocre running back because he really can't stay healthy. He doesn't have a lot of, consistency when it comes to up the middle. And honestly, I love that he's proven them wrong in the playoffs. But shout out Sam Darnold, man. I'm glad Sam Darnold's succeeding. I might have to get a Sam Darnold jersey. Just because, I love Sam Darnold. I never really was a big doubter of him. I didn't really understand the hype that, Josh Rosen was going to be the best quarterback out of the 2018 draft class. One of my friends in high school, I think that was my freshman year of high school, was 2018. And all my friends in high school were saying Josh Rosen was going to be the best quarterback out of that draft class. And I never understood the hype. I always thought that it was going to be Baker, which, that's up. It's not really up for debate. I think it's between Josh and Lamar. But Baker's phenomenal as well. I'm glad, he turned the narrative when he went over to Tampa Bay and led to him a couple playoff bursts over there. K9 up the middle for 3 yards. Yeah. About 3 minutes left. If the Rams can't force a fumble or do something here, I think it's wraps for Los Angeles. And it sucks because the Los Angeles Rams were my Super Bowl pick. And it's just not it. And somebody tried to tell me that Sam Bradford was going to be a game changer for the St. Louis Rams. And I lived in St. Louis at the time when he was drafted. And, I was maybe in kindergarten around the time, first grade. And, everybody bought their Sam Bradford jerseys. They were selling the T-shirt jerseys. I know a lot of people wear the T-shirt jerseys at the local Walmart and Dick's Sporting Goods. And we used to have this place called Big R in St. Louis. And it was almost like a convenience store. And if anybody's from St. Louis, they know what I'm talking about. They used to sell all the T-shirt jerseys. They had James Laurinaitis back when he was on the St. Louis Rams. It was before Todd Gurley even got there, too. Most important game comes down to a holding call. Come on. Defensive holding, 5 yards. Yeah. That's rough. That's rough on Los Angeles. But phenomenal season for Los Angeles. Unless something happens. Defensive holding, 5 yards. Oof. But yeah, everybody was buying their Bradford jerseys, thinking he was going to be the next coming of Kurt Warner, and just didn't live up to the hype, and it sucks to see that. Because he was not saying that he was drafted into a good system, but it was like the first couple years of Jeff Fisher, and it just wasn't really succeeding. But yeah, in Seattle takes it to the 2-minute warning at the Rams 37. I mean, just run out the clock. Run out the clock, K9. That's all you can do. But I mean, Seahawks haven't had a Super Bowl win since 2014. Yeah, the 2014 year, maybe 2015 year. It was the Ram. It was Yeah, no, it was 2014 year. It was Seattle and Broncos. But yeah, I mean, shout out Sam Darnold. Uh, um, and I have a friend who's a big Minnesota Vikings fan, and he bought a Sam Darnold jersey just for him to leave to Seattle. And I hate that everybody was talking all this nonsense saying, "Oh, that $100 million contract isn't going to be worth it for Sam Darnold because he's a game manager." And now look at him about to lead his team to the Super Bowl. Shout out my Gingers. Shout out my guy Brandon Dyer, Jackson Schrader. If they're tuned in on this live stream, I don't know if they are. I know Brandon normally is. But shout out them. My ginger buddies over there, big Sam Darnold fans as well. Well, Brandon's not a big Sam Darnold fan, but I'm a big Sam Darnold fan. Yeah, 350 yards for him, 3 tutties. Wow, that's great. But again, we're almost to the big interview announcement. By the way, it is a Super Bowl. It's a Super Bowl champion in the 2010s decade. I think he was a one-time Pro Bowler too. I'm pretty sure. But he's nice. He's nice enough to take time out of his day to do an interview with me, and it's gonna be released. It's gonna be released probably within the next 2 weeks. Maybe I might release it the day before the Super Bowl and just do like a Super Bowl preview interview. Hopefully, before we can get he can give me his Super Bowl, or he's gonna give me his Super Bowl picks. Interview's supposed to happen this coming up weekend. And stay tuned for the announcement. But I'm gonna do a pre-announcement here on the live stream. But I mean, if anybody grew up if you were born from the range of 2000 to like 2006, 2007, you should know who this guy is. I mean, I hope you know who this guy is. But again, shout out him for wanting to take time out of his day to do these interviews. By the way, shout out to all my guests who have taken time out of their day to do these interviews. I love getting experience doing these interviews and loving hearing the different stories of different players, of how they grew up, how they got into the game, their journey throughout the entire game, and what's next to come up. And I love interviewing like MLB Draft League guys because they're preparing for big pro leagues, whether they get sent to independent ball with the Frontier League or the Prospect League, or if they prepare for minor league ball. Like, by the way, go check out my interview with Judah Morris, Illinois State baseball alum, and just got signed by the Athletics. So shout out to him. At the Rams, 40 a minute, 16 left. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen here. Yeah, but this guy, Super Bowl champion back in 2016, 15. Hold on. Let me double check. Super Bowl. Yeah. This guy was a 2016 Super Bowl champion with the Denver Broncos. I'll give you guys that much so far. But again, great guy. And Darnold, 31 seconds. Sam Darnold, they're about to kick it off. That'd be like a 60-something yard field goal, and I don't think the Rams kicker can make that. Or Jason Myers might be able to make that. There's somebody behind you. There's nobody behind me, man. But make sure to drop your sports takes in the chat. 2016. No, not 2016. 2015. Here we go. 2015 Broncos. Let me double check. Again, somebody, man. Dude, it's myself in the mirror. I know the joke. Yeah, he's here. Yep. But this guy, again, nice enough to take time out of his day to do this. So I truly appreciate it. But again, drop your takes in the chat. About to end this off in about another 10 minutes. What am I up to? I'm on live doing live stream, doing some live sports takes, man. 10 seconds, and let's see if Matthew Stafford can heave the ball down the field to score a touchdown and lead the Rams to the Super Bowl. Which sports? I mean, MLB, NFL, NBA, college basketball is my main ones that, I'm most knowledgeable about. And, yeah, I do interviews with a lot of pro athletes, so if you want to go check those out, they're all on the YouTube channel. Almost to 4K, by the way, so make sure to go like and subscribe there. Yeah. Try soccer. I mean, I've been to one soccer match. It's not like the most appealing to me, but I mean, I'd be open to watching soccer. But yeah. I mean, I've tried watching soccer. I mean, I like watching soccer during the World Cup. Might be a Hail Mary to end it. We might see this third time out by Seattle. Let's see if, Matthew Stafford has two options right now. He can go to Puka Nacua. He can go to Devontae Adams. He can throw it up to Colby Parkinson. I mean, you have options here. Deep pass to Puka Nacua for 21 yards at the 50-yard line. Wow. Over Devin Witherspoon, too. And Devin Witherspoon's one of the top corners in all the league. I was a big fan of Devin Witherspoon coming out of Illinois. And the Rams have lost. And that's your final, and that's your Super Bowl, folks. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. It's like it's 2014, 2015 all over again, man. Except it's Sam Darnold versus Drake May. And I remember, hopefully it's just as good as last time the Seahawks and the New England Patriots played in the Super Bowl. But phenomenal game for the Rams and Seahawks. Phenomenal game. I mean, shout out both teams. I mean, but Sam Darnold getting to play in his first Super Bowl. After such a long journey it's been for him in the NFL. Going from being drafted to the New York Jets to getting benched, getting sent over to Carolina, getting passed around Carolina and San Francisco, and then going over to Minnesota where, he's battling it out for the first, for the QB1 spot, gets the QB1 spot. Everybody doubted him, saying that he's a game manager, saying he's only just as good as the team around him, and he's only succeeding because of Justin Jefferson. He's only succeeding because of Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, 13-win season, getting bumped out the playoffs by the Rams last year, coming back, getting signed by the Seattle Seahawks, saying he's in the range of 25 to 30 for quarterback, wins that starting QB job, gets signed to a $100 million contract, balls out this year, becomes a Pro Bowler, and he has the weapons of JSN and Cooper Kupp, and nobody thought that the Seattle Seahawks were going to make a run to the Super Bowl because of the loss of DK Metcalf. And what a season Sam Darnold has had. And by the way, shout out JSN for being like the top receiver all season long, really elevating his game. Shout out the Seahawks O-line. I mean, Gray Zabel, a big pivotal piece in that first round selection for them. Mike McDonald and Clint Kubiak have been absolutely phenomenal, and the defense coordinator for the Seahawks as well, been absolutely phenomenal. Shout out Seattle. Truly love it for them. And shout out the Patriots too. I mean, going from 3-14 to 14-3, having that number 2 spot in the AFC, the AFC League and the AFC Championship, and running through every team they did. I mean, they faced the Denver Broncos, a really tough defense, and I mean, I feel like that was truly shown. I mean, they faced the Chargers, they faced Justin Herbert, and proved that their defense can be amazing alone, and shutting down C.J. Stroud, causing him to throw 4 interceptions, and that Broncos team as well, withholding them to only 7 points, even with the loss of Bo Nix. But shout out Sam Darnold, shout out Drake May. Drake May really turned around that New England offense around. And also shout out Josh McDaniels, man. Like, Josh McDaniels has been phenomenal as an offensive coordinator. He's not that great as a head coach, but I mean, phenomenal offensive coordinator. And what a game. What a game. What a AFC championship and NFC championship. More of the NFC championship than in the AFC. And drop your predictions. I'm gonna put a poll out. It's gonna be on JD Sports Zone. By the way, the interview is with Super Bowl 50 champion Derek Wolfe. If you guys know who Derek Wolfe is, make sure to go give him a follow on Instagram. He'll be joining the show later in like the first week of February, I believe. So shout out Derek Wolfe. Make sure to go like, subscribe, follow on all social media platforms. Almost a 500 on Instagram. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, almost a 4K over there. We're going to be posting as much as possible. I am a college student. I'm a senior. And, I'm going to be trying to push out as much content as I can. Make sure to go follow Wolf Sports Network as well, the college sports radio station I'm a part of. And, go follow over there. I've been doing a show called Sports Out of Pocket every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern over there for 7 seasons, and it's my final season, so make sure to go stay tuned for that. But I appreciate y'all for joining the live, and I hope y'all have an amazing night, and go Seahawks for the Super Bowl. Go Seahawks. I appreciate y'all.